Hey everyone, welcome to the Eagle's Eye. I'm Selenia Tello and I'm your hostess today. I'm lonely today though. It's okay. And like the sun's in my eye even though there's no sun out. So yeah. We have a really good show for you today. We have a lot of interviews and just graduations coming up, so we're gonna hear about that. I know a lot of you parents are excited. So why don't we start with that? Let's go listen to an interview with Mr. Robbins, and he's going to be going over some of the rules for graduation. Let's go watch it.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Siaski from the Eagle's Eye here with Mr. Robbins to talk about graduation.
Hi, Stephanie.
What are the requirements for graduation?
In terms of the requirements, the basic requirement, of course, is that the student pass all of their courses. They must have gained the amount of credits that are needed to graduate.
What happens if you do not reach the requirements?
If you don't reach the requirements, of course, you're not eligible to graduate. You're not eligible to participate in the commencement exercises. And then what would happen is, if it's only a matter of one course or possibly two, the individuals may take the course during the summer school and get their diploma upon completion. If they have more than two class requirements, then of course that would mean that they would have to come back for another year.
When are exams for seniors?
Exams begin on the 2nd and go through to the 7th with a makeup day on the 8th.
Okay. How are seniors aware of these requirements and the schedule for the rest of the year?
Seniors get something that is a tradition here at the high school. It's called a blue bulletin. We always have an exit assembly. In the exit assembly, we talk with the seniors about the requirements. We talk with them about the things that they must do to make sure that they are prepared to graduate, make sure that they pass all of their courses. We talk with them about the graduation. It's at that point that we talk about the prom, all of those things involved in ending the year. But also at that particular time, we give the seniors their senior packet, which is called a blue bulletin. And this blue bulletin has all of the critical dates, all of the information. It tells them about the graduation date, the time that they are to be there. It tells them about when the books are due to the library, when debts are due. It literally covers everything for the senior. That's their Bible. At the end of the year, that is their the document that they can refer to for anything involving them. Senior exams, anything involving the seniors is in that blue bulletin. Mm-hmm. And if they have questions about anything, we give the teachers the same information so that they can help the seniors at any point. Okay. All of this, in fact, not just the teachers, we give it to all of the staff.
When is graduation?
Graduation is on Friday, June 11th, and that's at 1 o'clock. The seniors, that's right here at the high school.
Okay.
We have it in our auditorium. We have facilities here that house a little over 2,000 people, and so we're well prepared for the activity here at the high school.
Mm-hmm. What time do graduates have to be there?
The graduates have to be here on June 11th. They meet in the gym where we establish our lineup, where we put our lineup together, but they have to be there at 12 o'clock.
Okay.
That is a requirement.
How are the seniors aligned? Are they in alphabetical order?
No. Our seniors are actually boy, girl, male, female. The lineup is in that way so that we always have blue, white moving into the gym.
Is it just
and moving out of the gym and into the auditorium?
So there's no like set thing. It's just how they happen to show up.
No, we actually how they show up Initially, we bring them in by guidance counselor, but then it's simply a matter of lining up and making sure we have the color scheme in place that we want and the gender stream that we want moving into the auditorium.
Okay. And rehearsals, when are they?
Rehearsals, we have 2 rehearsals scheduled, and the first rehearsal is on June 9th. We always schedule a second rehearsal the next day, but of course, whether we have that second rehearsal or not depends upon the seniors and whether they get everything that we want them to have in that first rehearsal.
Right. Approximately how many students do you expect to be involved in the ceremony?
We do not have the final count yet because we don't know how many are going to graduate, but usually, but we prepare for over somewhere around 425 to 450.
What can keep a student from walking aside from their grades?
Aside from failure?
Yeah.
A student can keep himself from graduating because we don't make anyone take part in commencement exercises. They earn the diploma that they get regardless. But in terms of the commencement exercises, if they if they get into discipline issues or they become disruptive in any way, they're removed. We tell them to come in Monday and get their diploma. There are things that could keep them from graduating, especially not following directions or listening to those who are trying to put the commencement together, because we want to make sure we have a good commencement for our students. And if someone is being disruptive or not not listening to those who are discussing things with them or trying to give them directions, we don't have time for that, and they have to leave.
How many guests do you expect at graduation?
We usually have, we expect somewhere between 17 and 1,800 people.
Is there a dress code for the guests and the graduates?
There is, for the graduates, what we do is we ask them to dress up for their graduation. They've worked a long time for this, and we want it to be special. We want them to look good. We ask the gentlemen to wear shoes, preferably dark, but we ask the gentlemen to wear shoes. Not sneakers, not boots, but shoes, dress shoes. We ask them to wear dark pants. We ask them to wear a shirt and tie. We ask the ladies to dress up also. We ask them to wear white, either pants or a skirt or whatever under their gown. There's a reason for this. We do not want, one of the things that we have found over the years is that dark items or striped items, they show through the white gown, and it doesn't look as nice as something white underneath that keeps that white color going. But yes, we ask the students to dress. We also ask that our guests come for this type of ceremony, not come to like they're going to a football game or a basketball game, but this is a graduation exercise. They're going to be in an auditorium. Everyone's dressed up for this. You know, we do not want. We expect individuals to come dressed for this, but the details to that are on not only the Blue Bulletin that they share with their parents and guests, but also on any ticket that they give out. Just it's on the back.
And when do the students? I know that they have to submit their tickets, like their request for tickets, by Friday or the 28th, right?
Yes.
Friday, and then when do they receive the tickets?
They get the tickets on the first day of the rehearsal.
Okay,
The day that they are rehearsing, they go to homeroom. And when they are required to be in homeroom that day. That's
So
on the
it's-
9th.
they come in normal
And
time?
normal time. They come in a normal time up to the 9th.
Right.
And on the 9th, they get their tickets and their graduation cap and gown. If they do not have any debts, if they owe debts, they owe any money, then those things get pulled because they cannot graduate
Right.
owing money to the district. So if they owe money, they have to take care of that. Or a book or anything
Right.
like that that translates to the same thing.
Or is there anything that guests are not allowed to bring into the ceremony?
Guests are not, we do not allow balloons, big bouquets of flowers. You know, those things they leave at home. We ask guests to leave those things at home, leave them in the car if they have them with them. We don't allow food or drink in there. That stuff has to be left out. And the reason for the balloons, people always come with these balloons and they want to know why they can't bring it. Well, we've long since learned that if you take balloons in, they're going to block someone's view.
Right.
And we do not want that to happen because all it does is cause conflict. And we have to eliminate that type
Right.
of thing. The big bouquets, they're going to get in someone's way. The person holding them not going to hold them right down tight on their laps. They're going to have them, they will, if they're large, they're going to be in front of individuals. If people have a single rose, that's not a problem because that's not going to get in anyone's way.
Right.
But all those other things, they have to leave somewhere until after the ceremony, give them to the seniors
Right.
in the gym or outside.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think you've covered most things.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm Stephanie Sigowski here with Mr. Robbins from the Eagle's Eye. Now back to them.
If I fell into this pool right now, do you think your son or daughter could save me? Or your grandchild could save me? Well, you know what? Because we're from Norristown and because Miles Burrell is teaching people how to be a lifeguard and they get out of here with a certificate, it's very likely that your son or daughter or grandchild here at the high school can save me. Let's go talk to Miles about that program.
Hi, I'm Nicole Smith, and I'm here with Miles Burrell to talk about lifeguarding. So, what are you going to do?
Well, next Tuesday we are conducting a lifeguard training course.
And how long is it going to be?
It's a 31-hour course that starts on June 2nd until June, I believe it's the 13th.
And what happens when you finish the course?
They will be certified as lifeguards.
And who can do it? Who can join?
It's open to anybody that's willing to go through the course and pay the fee. So
How much is it?
the fee is $175 for brand new lifeguards and $90 for anyone that's getting recertified.
And what is recertification?
Well, that's for those that are already lifeguards and their lifeguard training is up, so they just want to be recertified.
And then you can lifeguard anywhere, or is there a certain?
Anybody that has a swimming pool that's in need of lifeguards, they can, go fill out applications and try to get a job for the summer.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And now back to the show.
Do you see them over there? I think they're practicing for the Frisbee tournament. Class of 2011 is hosting a Frisbee tournament on June 3rd here at the high school, so you should definitely come out and support them. And let's go see what some of the people that are actually going to participate in the Frisbee tournament have to say about it.
Hi, I'm Allison Bresnicki here with the creators of the Ultimate Frisbee tournament. So, what is Ultimate Frisbee?
Ultimate Frisbee is a sport. It's sort of like football, except you play with a Frisbee and you can't run after you catch it. And you just have to try to throw the ball or throw the Frisbee to people to get it in the end zone.
And what is the Ultimate Frisbee tournament?
It's all of our graduation project, and we're going to just have a bunch of teams playing here at Norristown to try to raise money for our class of 2011.
Okay, so how did this tournament come about?
This tournament came about, it was just an idea because I thought about the dodgeball tournament, and I thought Ultimate Frisbee would be just as fun, and it could turn out just as good.
How do you sign up for the tournament?
You can sign up seeing any one of us in the hallways, or you can go up to Miss Glacier's room and 319 to sign up or to grab the sign-up paper.
Okay, so how much does it cost?
It's $10 a person or $70 a team.
And how many people can be on the team?
7.
Okay. Where is it?
Where? It's here at the soccer fields.
When is it?
June 3rd. It's a Thursday, the day before the bocce tournament.
Okay, so who can play in the tournament?
All Norristown area high school students and teachers are allowed to play.
All right, well, I'm Allison Bresnicki.
All these trophies you see in the background are from sports from here at the Norristown Area High School. In order to get a trophy, you have to practice for the sport. But before you can even practice for the sport, you have to get a physical. Physicals for this fall sports are going to be this June, and we're going to go talk to Mr. Knowles so he can tell you more about it.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Siaski from the Eagle's Eye, here with Mr. Knowles. Hi.
How you doing, Steph?
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
So we're going to talk about physicals. When are they?
The physicals are Tuesday, June 1st, Wednesday, June 2nd, and Thursday, June 3rd. June 1st is supposed to be mainly boys. June 2nd, Wednesday is the girls, and June 3rd is a makeup day. Someone couldn't make it, and if somebody needs to switch a day, they could come to the athletic office and I can do something for them.
Okay. Do they cost anything for students?
No, they're free.
Okay. And what sports does it cover?
Mainly right now we want to focus on the fall sports, which would be football, boys and girls soccer, field hockey, cross country, cheerleading will be coming. But other students could get it if they wanted to. I usually have it before the winter season and before the spring season. Okay. You only have to get one physical a year. So if you get one next week and you play baseball next spring or softball, you do not need to get another physical.
Right, so, but they are available throughout the year.
They're available
like if you don't play
at various times throughout the year. Yeah.
Okay. And who performs the physicals?
Dr. Roman and his staff is the physician that we use here at the high school.
Okay. And where are they located?
The physicals are going to be in the nurse's office down in the main lobby, and they'll begin at 3 p.m. each of those days.
How long do they usually last?
It's hard to say. It depends on the number of students that come. Like, we don't like to put an ending time on it because Dr. Roman has a busy schedule, and if we would say 3 to 6, we don't want them sitting there from 4:30 to 6 and there isn't any students. So basically I would plan on being there at the start, and they move pretty quickly. So and when all the students are done, he may wait another 10 minutes or so to see if anyone else comes, but if not, that's the end for that day.
And are freshmen able to go, or are they available?
Incoming freshmen?
Yes, incoming freshmen.
We will have some physicals for freshmen in the fall.
Okay,
when,
so the
when
opportunity
school starts.
is available.
But I did send an email to the middle schools to advertise it to the students. If any of them wanted to come over for the physical, they can come.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'd like to wish the softball team good luck today in their playoff game against North Penn. They won the championship, had a great season. I'd also like to thank all the students that played in the athletic program this year, those that managed, and also those that came to the games and represented the school so well. They all did, and you know, we had some successes on the field, and but the most important thing is the way we represent the school, and it was great.
Sounds like you guys had a great year.
It was a good year.
Thank you, Mr. Knowles.
You're welcome, Steph.
I'm Stephanie, here with Mr. Knowles, talking about physicals. Now back to the Eagle's Eye.
Memorial Day is this Monday, and Memorial Day is a day to be with friends and to be with family, and it's also a day to remember. Let's go see what some of the teachers here at the high school have to say about Memorial Day.
Memorial Day is just a day to remember all of the people who fought for our country, keeping the world safe from fascism and totalitarianism, and basically just a day of remembrance, and then also a day to have a nice barbecue and go watch a parade.
Actually, to be honest with you, it's a very important day because we want to remember all those who fought in the wars and helped our country be what it is. But more importantly, it is the unofficial beginning of summer. So I love Memorial Day.
What is this world coming to? You know, I'm not saying it's bad or that it's good. I'm just saying, what is it coming to? You can do so much with technology. Students don't even have to go get in a car to go visit the college that they want to go to. You could just walk into Norristown Area High School auditorium and have a tour of the college you want to go to. Let's go talk to Mrs. Flamer about this. You'll understand what I'm talking about.
Hi, I'm Christina Bias here to talk with Ms. Flamer, our college career counselor, to talk about the college virtual tours. Thank you for being here with us.
It's no problem. Great to be here.
So what are the virtual tours about?
Well, this week we are going to highlight 2 colleges, one a community college and one a four-year university. And students have been invited to participate in a teleconference, actually a virtual college tour, while sitting in the auditorium.
So what schools are going to be looked at?
We are going to participate on Wednesday with the University of Delaware, and on Thursday, Montgomery County Community College.
So during these virtual tours, what is going to be highlighted about the schools?
The teleconference we will highlight on the screen in the auditorium, and there will be a panel from both colleges made up of admissions counselors, students, and perhaps some professors also. Students will listen to this panel, and then at the end we'll be able to participate in questions and get answers from the panels.
Sounds cool. So what will be the events for these conferences? Will it just be question and answer, or is there an actual virtual tour?
I believe that I know for sure that Montgomery County Community College will have the admissions office and students talk about the campus, the different programs, the sports that are actually highlighted on campus. And then they will show us a video of the campus also, so students could actually sit in their seats and take a tour of the campus. Go through the buildings, see all the facilities as well.
Okay. So who can go on these tours?
For Montgomery County Community College, students who have already applied to the college have been invited, because many of them perhaps have not been on campus yet, and it'll just give them a little bit more information about the campus. Plus, I've also invited some juniors also to participate so they can start their college search.
Okay, so why are you doing these video conferences?
Well, it's this actually was brought to my attention, and I thought it would be pretty cool to have students sit here in the building and start their college search. It's so very important to gather as much information as possible about the different colleges. The University of Delaware, which many of our students perhaps are not familiar as much as you are, who of course you're going there in the fall. But it's just a great opportunity to showcase some colleges, get some information about the schools, and even perhaps see the campus before they can judge whether they're interested in the school or not.
Okay. So what do you hope to achieve from doing these video conferences?
To get more students interested perhaps in some schools that they never thought about, or many students have preconceived notions about Montgomery County Community College, which is a great school to start at. So it will give them more knowledge about the school and help them best see that this is the right school for them or not. And also to do something new. I'm always looking for something creative to showcase for students so they have better knowledge about different options for after they leave here.
Okay, so how are these conferences made possible?
This teleconference is made possible by Magpie, which is an internet to research and education network. And they set up all kinds of different teleconferences. And from what I learned, they actually have different college virtual tours throughout the year, so I'm going to be looking at them very closely for the future.
So you're planning on doing this in the future for years to come?
Yes. From what I understand, that they actually increase the different programs at events. So I'm sure that they have to arrange those things with the university. So they have a calendar of events that I'll make sure that I look at often.
Okay. So are you looking to add more schools?
Not for this year, but hopefully for the fall, there'll be more programs that'll be available.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add about these virtual tours?
I just think that it's really important for students to start their college search, especially in their junior and senior year. I'm looking forward to this, my first teleconference virtual tour, and hope that students will find it beneficial.
Okay. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Christina Baez, and I just talked to Ms. Flamer, our college career counselor. These college tours are really helpful. I think any junior should come out and participate in them. Now back to Eagle's Eye.
It's so peaceful here. But you know when things start to get unpeaceful? When you get a list of all the books you owe in the library, or all the books you've lost. Yep, that's right. A lot of kids here are on the debt list, and if you're on the debt list, you might not be able to graduate. Maybe you won't get to go, I don't know, a trip somewhere. So if you don't want to be on that debt list, I suggest you watch this interview with Mr. Smallbach.
Hi, I'm Christina Baez, here to talk with Mr. Smallbach about the debt list. Thank you for being here with us.
Always a pleasure.
So what exactly is the debt list?
Well, anytime you students come into school, starting as freshmen and up until the end of your senior year, there are money things that go along with being a high school student. For example, you get issued textbooks, and you have those textbooks, but they're a loan, and you have to get them back to us. Same with, say, if you come to the library and borrow library books, they're yours to use, but you need to get them back to us. So the debt list is the result of what happens when they don't come back to us.
So not returning any book can cause you to end up on the debt list?
Yeah, it's not the only thing that can cause you to be on the debt list, but most commonly what ends up happening is a textbook gets lost, not returned. It gets reported down to the main office, and there's one of the secretaries in the main office maintains that list, and a charge for each of the students that have lost something goes against their name. And in order to do certain things and participate in certain things, you need to make sure that your name is not on that debt list. And when we're talking about books, what a lot of students don't realize is exactly how much money some of those things cost. For example, you know, our new course, AP Human Geography, that has a textbook that costs $105 a copy. So essentially, it's kind of like we've handed you a $100 bill, and you're to hold on to that $100 bill to the end of the year and give it back, and everything's fine. But if that book should get lost, get damaged, and not be usable or whatnot, well, we still need the book for the following year, so we need to make sure that it gets replaced or repaired somehow, and that's where the debt comes in. So if the book isn't returned, then that charge goes against your name, and in order for you to be able to do things like participate in proms and stuff, you know, you need to make sure that that debt has been paid off.
Okay. So how can you get off of the debt list?
Basically, to get off the debt list, you have to satisfy whatever the debt is. Again, most of the time it's a monetary thing, although in reality it could be, you know, you lost that textbook and here you just haven't cleaned your room in a couple of years. You finally listen to mom and dad clean the room, book turns up, you return the book. That satisfies the debt too. Basically, you just need to take care of whatever the responsibility is you have. So if the book is gone, you have to take care of the book by paying for it. If you find the book, you return the book. What happens is at times when certain activities are going on, but particularly in the senior year when we're getting close to all the graduation thing, prom, commencement, Spice Day, all of those big events that every senior wants to be a part of, those debts need to be taken care of by them, because that's when we're going to, hold your cap and gown, your commencement tickets until those debts are taken care of. So basically, how do you get off of the debt list is that you find out, first off, are you on it or not? And that list, like I said, is maintained in the main office. Once you know that you do have a debt and you need to take care of it, then you need to find out how much it is or what it is that you owe. Either find the item that you owe or bring in the monetary value, pay it off, and then your name gets taken off, you get a receipt, and now you are clear with the school, so you're good to participate in anything that's going on. One of the debts that comes up sometimes is library books and whatnot, and for those you would deal directly with me as a librarian, and I will take whatever the money is or the book once it comes back, take your name off the list, and then I send it down to the main office and have your name taken off the list then. And then once you're clear, you'll get all of those things and be able to participate in all of the items that you want to as a student.
So what are the consequences for being on the debt list?
Well, the biggest one comes around the graduation time, because we have your tickets for your family to come and see, your cap and gown. Those things will get held until your debt is taken care of. Other things that can happen, prom time, you may not be permitted to purchase a prom ticket, winter formal dances, things like that. You could even be barred from going to, say, field trips or things like that if you owe the debt. So we just want to make sure that everyone is taking the responsibility that they need to take with school property. We want you to have the materials you need to succeed, but unfortunately, while paper comes from trees, books don't grow on trees. So we have a limited amount of money, and we don't want to have to keep replacing those items year after year. So that's where that debt comes in.
Okay, so you said the biggest consequence is when you're a senior. So you will not be able to walk if you're on the debt list?
Correct.
Okay. So what is the purpose of a debt list?
Well, it's just to make sure that the school's materials are treated with the respect, and that they, when are loaned to students, that they come back. Again, like I was saying, we get budget money every year, but as everyone knows, economy is very tight. The budget issues in not just this district, but pretty much every school district across the country is such that anywhere we can cut money to save taxpayers from having to have their taxes raised, we're going to do. And one of those areas is in terms of materials. And if we lose 10 textbooks from each course every year at $80 a textbook, you're talking $800 to $1,000 a course. If this happens over however many different courses, you're starting to get into tens of thousands of dollars. And the school doesn't have the money, the district doesn't have the money to keep replacing things when people are careless with them and lose them. So that's really where it comes in. We just want to make sure that you are taking the responsibility for the materials that are being loaned to you and getting them back to us. That's really all it is. We're not out to make money. That's certainly not the case. It's just simply to be able to replace things that were lent out that somebody may not have taken the best care of.
Okay. So who do you have to talk to about the debt list?
What you need to do is go down to the main office and talk to Mrs. Joyce, is one of our secretaries in the main office. She maintains the debt list. Also, Vice Principal Robbins is also in charge of that. But the main office has it. You just go down and you can check and find out if your name is on that. A lot of times also when things are going on like ticket sales for proms and stuff like that, class sponsors will have a copy of that list and we'll be checking against it and letting you know, okay, for right now you can't buy the ticket until you satisfy whatever book that you owed from last year or something like that. But the main office is where that goes, and they handle it. They will take the payments, and that's where you will get things straightened out.
Is there anything else that you would like to add about the debt list?
Nothing more than that it's another one of those things of responsibility. As all of you are getting close to graduation, hitting adulthood, everyone needs to realize is that everything comes with a price. And, you may not think of that textbook as being something worth $80 or $100, whatever, but that's what it costs us to get them. And with without having an unlimited budget, we do have to make sure that things are taken care of and they are returned when they're asked for. So just remember that this isn't that anyone's out to get you, but you need to take, any student needs to take responsibility for the items that they borrow, just as if they had borrowed something from a friend or from a family member or anywhere else. It's your responsibility. You had the book, the item, the gym locker lock, whatever it might be, and if you lost it, damaged it, whatever, you got to take responsibility for that.
Okay, thank you for being here with us.
Oh, no problem.
I'm Christina Baez, and I just talked to Mr. Smallbach about the debt list. I know if I was a senior and I was on the debt list, I would want to get off so I could graduate. Now back to Eagles Eye.
I'm Selenia Tello, and you have just watched the Eagles Eye. Thank you for watching. Watch it again next time. And let me just tell you to just leave all the drama where it started. Just a good piece of advice. Thanks for watching.